Greetings, we are the A Team, a group of 5 final year Informatics students from the University of Pretoria, and we have developed a system for our client, A+ Communications, called BagIT. Michael Smart, the system analyst, a hard-working individual. Michael is willing to put in the time and effort to ensure that his work is up to par with that of his group members. He's always willing to help out wherever he can. Bar Tetwa Mtetwa, the team leader and developer of the A Team. Bar Tetwa, or Bar as we call him, has exceptional people skills and problem-solving abilities. Bar is able to tackle any challenge he's faced with ease. Tanya Schmidt, project manager of the team. Tanya has the ability to formulate a document quickly and efficiently without any faults. She is always up for a challenge and to complete tasks head-on. Nicholas Changan, the system analyst, expert at making connections and gathering resources for the separate deliverables. Nicholas is our team negotiator and is able to find help for any task needed to be done. Ross van Rooyen, the developer, a very intelligent man. Ross is an extremely dedicated individual who will stop at no cost to get his work done properly without any flaws. He always makes time to help his fellow group members when in need.
A+ Communications is an event management company that specializes in managing events or promotional items for their clients. The company was founded in 1994 by the managing director, Sue Castellane. They offer a wide range of services ranging from team building, press events, mall activations, cocktails and parties, product launches, incentives, conferences, exhibitions, corporate awards, UAN functions, movie premieres, public relations, and corporate gifting. They are also located in Bryant Park Shopping Centre, Bryanston in Johannesburg.
The main problem that A+ Communication has is that the entire system is paper-based and needs to be digitalized. The company struggles to keep track of all tasks within the organization, such as budget control, event planning and organizing, order management, and documentation management. Tracking of all payments is another problem in the organization. The A Team developed an event management web application system as well as a mobile application to solve this problem of our client. This assists the employees of A+ Communications in monitoring and recording all business processes on a day-to-day basis, including everything related to business operations and services offered by A+ Communications.
Okay, to start off with our system, firstly, naturally, we'll be logging in. So you log in with an assigned username and your password. If your password is incorrect, an error message will pop up that says incorrect username or password. Otherwise, if it is correct, you will be able to log in to the system seamlessly. Okay. If you have unfortunately forgotten your username or password, there's an account recovery process that starts by clicking Forgot Password. Firstly, you must type in your A+ Communications email address, and I'll be using my personal one. And then also inputting your phone number that you would have inputted in the system. You then click the Recover Account button, and a one-time PIN will be sent directly to your email address that is associated with your account. So I received the one-time PIN, and it is 2935, and I say submit. So I then reach this page, and now I'm able to change my password, and I'll just make it admin123 exclamation mark. Admin, and confirm my password, admin123 exclamation mark, and submit. You confirm updating the password? Yes, we do. Okay. And now we have successfully been able to log back into the system after forgetting our accounts details and fulfilling the recovery process. Once you successfully logged in, you will land on the home page. And the home page serves as for some quick navigation, allowing you to quickly click on any of these cards to navigate through the system, or you can navigate through the system using the nav bar and the nav buttons associated with them. Now, since I logged in as an administrator, I will be able to see this tag to go to the admin page. Lastly, we have our weather reports. Because we do some events management in the system, it's good to keep an eye on the weather.
Once you have received the request to start a job bag, you will first go add a client, which is added through the use of this form. So you can go and add, for instance, Hewlett-Packard with the address of 1 Bryanston Drive and info at hp.co.za. Once you submit that, you will then see your new added client over here, which you can then add contacts to. So if there are multiple contacts for a client, you will be able to say this will go to Fred, and his contact number is 083 and Fred at hp.co.za. Perfect. And you can add multiple client contacts to keep track of the contacts of the clients. Then you can go and update the client information. So here we can see I erroneously put an exclamation mark instead of a 1, which you can then update and submit. So once you have added a client to the system, you can then go and add a job bag. So you would click over here, add the job bag. So if HP is having a golf day, we can say HP golf day. That would be a golf day event for HP. You can click the client, who would be HP, who we created earlier, Hewlett-Packard, and we can make the employee the admin. You can then submit and continue. The page will then be reloaded. Once the page is reloaded, you will be able to see your newly created job bag under the new requests. So the new requests are the new job bags that have been requested without any current progress in them. Once they are in progress and have an event or order added to them, they will be moved to the in progress column. Once these in progress events have reached the day of the set event, they will be moved to the need attention column, as they will be needed to either be completed or cancelled depending on whether they are past their date. You will then click on the if you can click on the view all to see the completed job bags and the cancelled job bags from there. You can also search them using our search facility, and you can see golf days. Perfect. And once you click on your job bag, you'll be able to view everything related to that job bag. Okay, so once the view bag has loaded, you'll be able to see all the relevant bag information. So here's your bag name, your bag description, the client, and the employee assigned to the bag. You will then see that no event or order has yet been assigned to the bag, which you will then do at a later stage. We can see that there's no documents or payment documents for the bag at the moment. And then we have the supplier orders and the budget. So obviously once more information is populated, we will be able to see information in these divs. We can then go on to the modify bag. Once you have opened the modify bag, we can see the bag information and edit it as we require. So if we would like to change the employee, we can change anything pertaining to the job bag. So once the bag's information is completely correct, we can go and select to add an event. So you can set the event name here, so that would be the HP day, and you could do a golf day at Christ in Country Club. And you can make the start dates the 30th, and maybe you have a 3-day golf competition, so we'll make it the to the 3rd. The 2nd. Perfect. We create the event, and then we go to the page. Once you have created your event, you can then view your event by clicking on the button. This will then take you to the events page, where you'll be able to view your event details and change any details you would like to change over here. This would then also show you your activities, accommodations, catering, decorations, entertainment, promotional items, services, travel items, and venue items added to your event. So you can add these items by clicking on the drop downs on the left hand side and selecting one of the items from the list and clicking on the add button. If none of your required items are on this list, you can then go and add a new item on the activity page. On the activity page and all other category pages, you will be able to add new items, such as for the golf day we could do a long drive competition, which is a competition for longest drive of the day. This could be a 1-hour event before your tee off, so you can select 1 hour, and this could be brought to you by Long Drives ZA. That's www.longdrives.co.za. And you could book them using the bookings at longdrives.co.za. Perfect. You would then submit this information and it would be populated into the table. This information would then be able to be updated as well as deleted if it is not associated with any events at the time. This can also be done on every other categories page, and their information will be shown and can be searched using the search bar. This is done for accommodation, catering, activities, decoration, promotional items, entertainment, services, travel, as well as venues. Once you have added all the items that you will need to execute this event, you can then go and find these items by searching for them and adding them to your event. If you would like to add them on a specific day, you can select the day which you would want to add them on. Otherwise, if it is a general item, you can add it to the general section of the event. So we would like to have the long drive competition on the first day of the golf day. So we submit that and it can be seen in the activities section under the first day tab. Then if you would like to delete this item, you can click to delete the item. So we would like to add it again to the first day, and we could add catering maybe to the second day of the event, which could be seen in the second day. And for example's sake, we can add business class flight to the first day. Perfect. So as we can see on this page, here is the budget with all the information on the items pertaining to the event. So here's our long drive competition. As we can see, you can view the information from here to maybe contact your clients and suppliers and ensure that you can get the right prices and quantities for each item. So here we can see we've added a note for long drive contest for all staff. We can add a price of, let's say, 200 for 30 staff. That will give you a total, and we can do that for catering as well, and the flights. So there we go, and we can add management fees. So if A Plus Communication was to charge 20% on the total amount, they will then get a 8,400 Rand management fee. A file can also be uploaded as an invoice, so this can be given the name for instance test, and we can just click any random, and that will then upload an invoice which you will be able to then view per your request. You can also delete these items from this page. Once you have filled in all the relevant information, you will then be allowed to generate a quote, which you can then view and take you to the exact quote that you have just generated. We can then, once the quote has been generated, accept the quote, which will allow you to then generate an invoice. Once you click on generate invoice, that will then give you an invoice which you will be able to view with your banking details, the due date, etc. After the invoice has been generated, you can then accept the invoice and carry on with the rest of the event process. As we can see, we have made a lot of progress with our job bag, and the only thing left to do is add a supply order for the items which you wish to receive for the event. From this page, you'll be able to see all your supplier orders. If you would like to add a supplier order, however, your supplier that you are getting the products from is not currently listed on the system, you'll be able to select your suppliers tab and click view suppliers to add a new supplier. You can then go and add your supplier by filling in the supplier information listed below. And once you have added a supplier, you will then also be able to add supplier contacts. So if you would like to add multiple contacts for a supplier, maybe for different divisions, you'll be able to do that here. So as we can see, the suppliers have, the contacts have been added for the suppliers, and you can then go to your supplier orders to place a new order with the supplier. On this page, we can see all our supplier orders, and we can receive and return these orders. You can also update the order details of each order by selecting either the job bag for which the order is pertaining to, or the supplier which the products are coming from, and the date of order and the description of the order. We can also add items to each order, so if you would like to add an item, you can select the items button, select add, select the description. So for our case, maybe we would like golf shirts at the price of 150 Rand, and we need 30 of them. So we would submit that, which would then reload the page, and we would have items pertaining to that order.
So once we've correctly set up our events, we might want to create an events agenda so we can actually organize the hourly event items. So you go over here and you click event agenda, and then we find ourselves in the events agenda page. Notice that there's nothing yet because this event does not have an agenda attached to it. So we go over here and we say add item. Then we select a start time for whatever event we want. So let's say this is going to be 8 a.m. 8 a.m. It's going to start end at 8:30. 8:30, and let this, and will be the country club will be hosting this, and this will be the morning the morning ceremony. As you can see, we can only select the days that are for the event. So this will be the morning ceremony on the 29th, and we say submit. Yes, we will proceed with adding this agenda item, and there it is. This is the time of our event on our agenda item. So it's from 8 to 8:30. The host of this specific item slot will be the country club. Will be the morning ceremony. The duration is 30 minutes, and we can edit this item if we so please. Now, if you want to have a short break in between, we can just add a break in any minutes. So let's say this will just be a 15-minute break. And the 15-minute break will come after the 15-minute break will come after the morning ceremony. And then we can get onto our tea time. Tea off time, rather. And it'll be the country club again. And we will start promptly at 8:45. Okay, so after this 15-minute break, we can then add another item. So let's add an item at 8:45. So from 8:45 to, actually let's make it till 9 o'clock. That is when the country club says it is tea off time. This will also still be on the 29th. Submit. And there it is, tea off time. And if we wanted to add something for a different day, it's not a problem at all. So let's say we had another morning ceremony that this time started a bit later, let's say 9:30 till about 10 o'clock. Yeah, till about 10 o'clock. And was hosted by the country club again. And we had a second morning, the second morning ceremony, and will be on the 30th. And there it is. So this will be on Sunday and this will be on Monday, and you'll be able to see exactly when all the items are. Another very handy item within the event is the event checklist. Now, what this allows you to do is keep track of any bits and bobs that you might still want to keep track of while still completing the event, such as contacting a new supplier, add that to the list, or let's say, for instance, we still need to add or check quote status. We still need to check our quote status, so we can add that to the list. And once we've done these things, we can cross these items off of the list. Otherwise, if we do realize we actually don't need to do this item at all, we can just delete it straight away. Okay, so now we are on the schedule. And as we can see over here is HP Golf Day, which is the event that we created, and it's automatically mapped onto the calendar. Currently it is gray because it is not been assigned to anyone, so let's just quickly assign to somebody. So we can assign it to any user or any employee rather that's in the system. So let me just assign to Ross real quick. And you see now at first glance Ross can see that this event would be his because it is attached to his color. Alternatively, we can create a quick calendar event such as a team meeting. That'll be automatically an all-day event and also not assigned. So any user that has created this can assign it to themselves. Let me assign it to Tanya. And if you want to edit this, it can be edited, such as we can add a location, also boardroom. We can add a location. We can add time zones. We can add specific time zones. We can add specific times to when this needs to happen, and so on and so forth. Up at the top over here, we can see different calendar views, such as the week view, the current day, like what is on the agenda for the day, the week, the 7-day week, the 5-day work week, the entire month, like we just saw. And over here is the agenda, and this is the agenda for what will be happening throughout the day. So if I had to go over to the 29th, where we have the HP Golf Day, this is what's going on the final days of the month. Okay, so we now are currently in the admin page. So over here, so after clicking this nav on this nav button over here, we then get navigated to this page over here. And this is where we can do a lot of the higher functions or more admin level functions in the system. So such as creating a brand new user. So I could create a brand new user named Johnny as his username. And his username, he keeps it simple, would just be admin123 exclamation mark. And if you saw, there is a strong password requirements, such as the password must be at least 8 characters, there must be a number required, there needs to be a special character, so that's why I put an exclamation mark and so on. So admin123 exclamation mark and confirming passwords. I can choose a specific user role for Johnny, such as, so he's a financial director, so we'll make him that. His actual name is John. Oops. His actual name is John. His surname is Smith. And he is John at a-plus.co.za. And his contact number is 071-407-9138. We say submit, and then we can create our new user. And if we just expand this a bit more, there he is. It's John. So Johnny is his username, and it's John Smith, and this is his account. And if we ever run into any trouble, or he wants to change his password and he's deeply forgotten it, we can change it over here. Let's quickly make it admin123 exclamation mark, just like we had it before. And again, admin123 exclamation mark, and it has exact same password requirements. We can submit, and then we have successfully now changed this password. If we ever have any other need to change any update the user profile for Johnny, we can update it right here. So let's say we want to make him an admin, we can just change his user role and make him an admin, successfully add that. No thanks, we'll not say that. Okay, so you see now how he has been changed over to an admin. Okay, so let's continue on with exploring our admin controls. So let's click over here on admin controls, and then the side navigation bar opens up. We can click on analytics to see our analytics, and over here is our new requests. So this is our new request for job bags per month. As you can see, in October we're doing really well with 9 job bag requests, and we haven't gotten to December yet, so we're still on 0. Over here is our events for the year, so you can see exactly when at which parts of the year we have the most events, and try and cater for the lower months as well as prioritize like higher months. Over here we can see our orders versus our events. So if I wanted to see which side of the business is performing more than another, I can see. And if I want to just look at one part, I can, for an easy direct comparison. And finally, it's the complete versus cancelled job bags. As you can see, the business is performing rather poorly at the moment, with a 66.67% cancellation rate, because out of all their job bags, 8 of them have been cancelled, while 4 of them have been completed. So this is something that definitely needs to be investigated. Okay, so if we carry on with our admin controls, over here is our company info, and this is where we'll be able to update all of our company info that we've seen on our reports and such. So such as if our telephone number changes to 80, we can change it and quickly be able to submit, and thus information will be saved. So all our documentation will remain current. Over here, we'll be able to see our management fees that was affecting our budget. So if we want to update our management fee from 10 to maybe 11%, as we think 10% may be too low, we can just quickly update it. There it is, 11%, not a problem. Or if we want to, we can add a whole new management fee altogether. Carry on down here, we'll be seeing our room types that we've seen in our accommodation. So right now we have single, double, family, suite, and presidential suites, accompanied with the room capacity. If we want to update it, we can update these figures if we want, these items if we want to, or add a whole new one if we want to. Over here is our session time. Currently, the business rule states that a session time being how long somebody's idle in the system is 10 minutes before they get automatically timed out. But over here, we'll be able to adjust this, and administrators will be able to adjust this at any time they so wish, depending on when the need arises. Moving on, we can see our travel types. So if we click over here, we will see all the travel types that are currently in the system. These travel types are found within the travel category item. And if you want to update a specific one, we can. Click update here and the model will pop up. Same thing with add, we'll be able to add a new travel type if we so want to. And finally, we have our user roles. These are user roles that are attached to each and every single user, such as an admin account director, etc. We will be able to update a specific user role if we want to, as well as add a new user role, complete a new user role if a business expands. And finally, that brings us to the audit trail. So we can view our audit trail by clicking this button over here. Once the audit trail has loaded, we will be able to see all the ongoings that have happened within the system that affects the main parts of the system, such as the job bag, the events, the client orders, and the schedule. So over here, as you can see, throughout this tutorial, we can see that the events that we created, when the status was changed, when we changed the start and end date of the event, or the description of the bag, the name of the bag, even when we changed the assignee of the employee assigned to the job bag, this is all captured. The entity that it affects is captured. Exactly what was changed is captured. The new request is captured. Also, and the date and time captured. And most importantly, also is the user that was attached and associated with all these changes, and that is responsible for these changes, is attached also. So, and if we do want to look for something specific, such as HP Golf Day, we would be able to search for it, and using our search function over here, and then be able to look for the specific item in the sea of this admin trail. Lastly, we will be talking about the help icons. Now, these help icons are scattered across the entire system, and they link to our documentation that will be able to help you with any of other functionality in detail that you may not understand. They're scattered everywhere, as I said. So if we were to look here at the clients page over here, and if you click help on the clients page, it will take you directly to the section relating to clients in the help documentation, so that you'd be able to quickly sift through and get the help that you need with better understanding from the help documentation.